As usual, my name is Kukwa, and today we are going to look at service in affliction. Service is one of the greatest weapons that can help us come out of our afflictions. And I want us to just study some few people in the Bible. The first is a young girl from Israel, just as the Bible calls her. So, um, Naaman was a captain of the Aramean uh, army, and as his duty as a captain, of course, he goes to war. And one day, his band decided to raid a city, kill all the people, no, kill some people, leave some people, and then some of the people who were privileged to have been left alive included this young girl, and they were carried back into captivity. And as fate will have it, this young girl ends up in Naaman's household, and her duty was to save Naaman's wife. And the Bible didn't really say a lot about this girl, except for the fact that how she was captured and then her impact in Naaman's household. But looking at it from where I sit, I think that a young girl of her age experiencing war in itself is traumatic, and then she loses her parents, whether to death by the war or by separation. I really don't know, because the Bible didn't say so much about it. But then, of course, she wasn't staying now with her parents. She was living in a strange land, and that should be another level of trauma to her. And in a strange land, she's made to serve a big woman. And if I were in this girl's shoe, I'd probably mind my business, if I have to put it that way. I'll just serve when I have to serve. And a few times that I am not serving, I'll just go and then brood about my lost opportunities, my lost home, my lost parents, and my friends that are missing and all that. But this girl did quite an unimaginable thing. She didn't only go into the house to serve, but then she had a heart of service, and she was able to even help beyond what her capabilities were able to do. So this girl noticed that there was a problem with Naaman, and she had the courage to go to her madam and tell her that, well, I know a prophet who can help your husband. And for me, it's really a good service, for somebody coming from such a background. If you have captured me from war, killed my parents, I won't even give you that privilege to know that you could be healed. But in her good heart, she was able to tell Naaman's wife that, direct your husband to this place and then he will get his healing. And lo and behold, it so happened that it came to pass. Just in the same way, we see Ruth, the Moabite. She marries Naomi's son, and then loses her father-in-law, subsequently loses her husband, and in her widowhood, she thought of Naomi, who was also a widow. And as faithful as she was, she decided to commit herself, her whole life, serving Naomi, and she did it very diligently. Service has a way that's reward, that it rewards. Diligent service rewards, and most of the time, service has a way that it can help you come out of your adversities. Let's look at Joseph too. Joseph's brother, his brother sold him to Egypt, and then he first lands at Potiphar's house. And in Potiphar's house, you see somebody who has gone through this trauma of being sold, and yet he was working so hard that at the end of the day, he was made a supervisor in that household. And then Potiphar's wife comes in, and he had to go to prison. And even in prison, he was so cheerful and active and encouraging everybody who was just around him. So much that he was made the chiefs among the prisoners. So you see, Service really has a way of paying off. Diligent service or faithful service can help you come out of your adversities. For example, in the case of Naaman's servants, look at how happy Naaman was, even to the prophets of God, and then giving gifts and all that. How would Naaman treat this girl now when he returns to his home? Of course, he's not going to treat her as a mere servant again. Probably he would elevate her status as a daughter or something. But that is the reward of faithfully serving. We all know how Ruth ended, marrying Boaz and giving birth to Obed, and subsequently Jesus through that lineage. So you see, diligent service or faithful service can help us come out of our afflictions. What's our attitude, or what attitude do we put up when we are in affliction? Do we do things just anyhow? Are we honest with the things that we do, or we just do it like for doing sake? Sometimes in difficult situations, it's very difficult to put on your best, but of course character is everything, and if you are able to put on your best in your very difficult times, then it means that is how you truly are. So let's examine ourselves and become the best that we can be. You see, Paul in Romans admonishes us to rejoice in hope and be patient in tribulation. It's never easy to go through a dark season and everything seems gloomy and looks like there's no way out, and yet you have to be your best and serve diligently. It's never easy, but then God is interested in the process, the process of making us. And so we should also be interested in that process where we are going through bad stuff, and then God is refining our character through that. We should also be interested in it. It's not a pleasant thing, but well, it is rewarding. So what am I even saying today? Today, I just want us to serve and serve well in any capacity that you've been called to serve. Be diligent in your service, because He is a rewarder of them that diligently seek Him. Thank you for listening to me. My name is Kukwa, and this is Count Your Blessing. Enjoy your day whilst counting all the blessings that God has blessed you with.